Hey guys, Lyra Linx here, and I thought I'd do something slightly different today, but not really. And I'm going to read the first fan fiction I ever wrote. I did a video before reading an old fan fiction of mine, but that one was not the first. It didn't get very many views, but I'm trying not to focus on numbers right now. Lately I've been feeling a lot of nostalgia because as I grow and write more stories, I think about where I got my start. And really, it was all with fanfiction.net as Ichigo Hatake, the personality I created. I even made an entire OC story on Pokemon. I was completely obsessed. And this is the first story I ever wrote, apparently back in October of 2013. So I thought it would be fun to go back and read through it. I'm sure that it's totally like ridden with mistakes and things because even to this day, I really hate proofreading. It feels like it takes up so much time. But I think it'll be enjoyable anyway. And I can live with a little bit of cringe going through this because I know that that's going to be there. Today I'll read the first chapter, and if anybody wants or if I just feel like it, then I'll continue to read more. But yeah, this is the first thing I ever wrote. All of this is from me, so I guess I'll dive right into it and see what young Lyra used to do with her life. The story is called I Miss You. Chapter 1. What was the point? Why was she all the way out here in Johto? For Drew, he wasn't exactly being nice to her over here. May sighed, thinking once again about how she should have stayed with Ash. She stared up out at the night sky, a full moon shining brightly at her, but May wasn't shining bright, not without Ash to cheer her on and keep her going. Lately May hadn't been feeling very upbeat. Instead of waking up optimistic and ready to go, she woke up and just wanted to go back to sleep and forget about everything. Her Pokemon, noticing how depressed she seemed to be, all gathered around and did a cute dance for her in hopes of making her smile, but to no avail. She stared back at them and smiled weakly, her heart not really in it. The Pokemon sighed disappointedly and awkwardly idled around, until she finally called them back into their Pokeballs, all except for Beautifly, who refused to be called back. Beautifly, return! May called, trying again to call back her disobedient Pokemon, but Beautifly dodged the red beam that shot at it. Why won't you return? Growled May, frustrated that her sweet Beautifly wasn't cooperating. Beautifly just stared back at her sympathetically, trying to tell her something, but not being able to really communicate it. You're worried about me, aren't you? May asked after a long, what's supposed to be period of silence. Beautifly said, nodding and flying closer to May. As Beautifly flew closer, May opened. Oh my, I really should have read through these more. I remember how I would always write totally in the spur of the moment and I wouldn't care about anything else. But continuing on, as Beautifly flew closer, May opened her arms and embraced Beautifly for a long time before finally admitting, You should be worrying. I haven't been myself lately. I really miss Ash. I don't know why, but I can't get him out of my head. End quote. Beautifly nodded back to her and sort of sighed, indicating that she missed Ash as well. I don't get it, May whispered, almost to herself as she shook her head. Oh man, this is so weird to look back at. Okay, when I first arrived in Johto, I was so happy. I thought I'd made the right choice coming here. May paused for a moment, releasing Beautifly and digging around in her bag. After a long period of fishing through it, throwing aside things like chapstick and old wrappers, she found what she had been searching for. Holding it up into the moonlight, May nearly began to cry as she stared at her half of the terracotta ribbon. She found herself sniffling and tearing up as she remembered the trainer who carried the other half. I wonder if he even carries this with him, May said, choking back tears at the thought of him throwing it away. Beautifly, beauty. I don't even want to try to mimic that. Beautifly responded, clearly shocked that May would even think that he'd throw it away. May just sighed and clenched the ribbon tight, plopping down on the ground and hugging her knees close to her. You're right, Beautifly. I doubt he threw it away. But still, I wonder if he remembers me? There's no need for a question mark. That's not a question. I wonder if he remembers me as a statement. I heard he's traveling in Univa with some other girl. Beautifly cringed at the thought of Ash travel. Is that the way to spell traveling even? With someone else besides her trainer. Excuse me. Beautifly had always thought that Ash liked May. But of course, he had just said goodbye to her without any protest whatsoever. May gazed down at the crumpled ribbon in her hand, and finally let her emotions escape her. Bitter tears fell into her palm where the ribbon sat as she sobbed. Beautifly began to cry as well, upset for her heartbroken owner. Ash, May cried between her sobs. I know you can't hear me, but... May paused as her throat closed up, more tears raining down. Once she regained her composure, she finished. But I love you so much, and it hurts. It hurts that you just left me all alone out here. Beautifly, fly, Beautifly agreed. The two wept for a long time, until a certain person snapped them back to reality. May, what's wrong? And I just ended it on a cliffhanger. So yeah, there are some mistakes there and everything, but I thought that it was surprisingly heartwarming. This isn't terrible for a super young me to have done. Now I kinda want to look at the reviews for Chapter 1. Let's see. Queen Speller 67. Beautifly can't legally learn the move Fly. Unless you mean Beautifly's name, then it makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's what I meant. I'm a little confused by that. I imagine it would hurt. What would hurt? Being left behind? I have no idea. I don't really mind which ship it is, though of course I'm rooting for one. Nice work. The story is looking good. And then, my first review on this story ever was from a current friend of mine I just reconnected with, PokeGirl185. Please update. And immediately when I saw that somebody had said something on my first fanfic, I was like, oh, I should respond to them. And ever since then I've been talking to her, and that's a good experience. So yeah, this story is so full of nostalgia for me. It's really nothing amazing. Probably none of this old writing is. I feel like I'll look back and cringe on all of it. But yeah, I might come back to this and read some more, because it really is weird, and it's also kind of cool to see how I've grown since then and what I used to feel and be like and do. I don't know. But I hope anyone viewing enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Like and subscribe for more content. Bye!